The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser-cut dice towers, tokens, and more developed by a gamer for gamers and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts.
Why, hello there. I do not believe we've had the pleasure of being introduced before. My name is Poppy Tealeaf, and I am just so pleased to meet you today. You know, when my friends and I set out on this expedition, I knew my life would change, but I didn't quite know it would change this much. I definitely didn't expect the adventures that we would have. And I'm just so glad that you decided to come along for the ride with us. I'm always looking to make new friends, so if you could just do me a big ol' heaping helping favor and recommend us to your friends, leave us a rating, or give us a review on Apple Podcasts, I would be so eternally grateful. I really would. And Wildfire would as well. So, from me and Wildfire, thank you so much for listening to our tales from the Caliban frontier and being a part of our lives. We do so appreciate it.
Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gideon Block, a paladin with a tragic past.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Poppy Tealeaf, a highborn halfling druid searching for a new life.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a half-elf rogue with a past he can't seem to escape.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Coughran Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer setting out to understand his own arcane gifts.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier. The rumblings from the combined spells of our dear beloved Poppy and our wonderful dwarf Coughran have settled. The dust from the avalanche has finally settled down. The McGees have arrived back at what was once the entrance to the Temple of Nightmare to pick you all up so that way they can take you back to their farmhouse. They, if you wish, will help you to take down and load up Aldonza's large campaign tent, and that does take a bit, because it is quite a large tent that they're kind of complaining a little bit. They sent their orcish stable hand, who is just like, this thing is in no way easy to pick up or put down. I don't know if y'all intend on taking this places, but personally, I'd more recommend something of good orcish construction.
Yeah, we might have to sell this, folks. I don't know if we're going to be able to.
I mean, I just thought that we were just going to give it to, the McKees.
We could give it to the McKees. They might be able to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say it might make a good pavilion tent for
you guys can put it out and host weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
I hear barn weddings are just really popular these days.
Your daughter might be getting married sometime, and you might need a tent like this. So
don't put that pressure on her.
I do think that the McKee's daughter is a bit sweet on the tiefling, but
well, who wouldn't?
Oh, that's just so sweet.
And you see Sylvain, the tiefling stable hand of the McKee family, just blushes and starts working a little bit faster.
Something accidentally catches on fire.
Yeah, you guys.
I'm not very strong, so I'm not going to help. But I would like to look around and see if I can find a bird.
A bird?
Yeah. It sounds really random. I promise there's a reason.
Okay. Well, looking around, you do spot a vulture.
Great. Can I convince this vulture to not fly away immediately?
Give me an animal handling check.
Okay, I have a +3. Let's see how this goes with my new dice that Mike just gave me. Heck yeah, that is a 21.
21? Okay, yeah, no, you pull out some scraps of meat and it tilts its head one way, tilts its way the other, and then with that kind of intrinsic connection that druids have with the wildlife, it does flutter down and hops up before you, and just the funny thing is that as a vulture it's almost as big as you are.
Yeah. So I'm going to spend 10 minutes talking to this vulture, and I'm going to ritual cast Animal Messenger on it.
Okay, you have 25 words. Use them wisely.
At 3rd level. Okay. Do part of the words count telling him who he needs to find?
It's in the message.
Or is that just like...
Well, the message is just what that he's going to say.
That he's going to say, but...
Go find Bob is 3 words. You count Bob. I mean, who you got to find? Is that what you mean?
Well, like, do my 25 words start with the message?
It's just the message.
Yeah, it's just the message.
Okay, so I'm gonna...
The sending part, we're just going
It's just part of the spell.
Yeah, it's just part of the spell.
Okay, so as part of the spell, he needs to go find the Yodis. And I am casting it at 3rd level, so he gets 48 hours.
Oh, hey!
I don't know how far away they got.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Because it's been like a whole day, and if they were in coyote form, they could have made some moves. So I'm hoping... And they are bird, so I'm hoping they can find the Yodis. So... Here's what I want to say. Watch the canyon. If someone tries to excavate, alert Windrunner or Yazgash. Do not engage. Love, Poppy.
Very good.
Beautiful.
All right.
Also, you're awesome, because I had some extra words.
There you go.
I love it. Yeah, so the vulture sits there as you're doing your ritual casting and, munching on this meat, and you feel the magic settle into this bird's form, and it looks up to you with like a little glint in the eye of, the magical compulsion settling in. The big, huge wings unfurl, and with a flap, it takes off, soaring high up into the afternoon sky, up into the sunshine, where it becomes but a speck of darkness in the sky, and takes off.
Awesome. So when you guys are done, I'll tell you that I did that, and I don't want the Yodis to get hurt, so I don't want them to engage, but just keeping an eye on it, because if Aldonza doesn't report back, I'm concerned that they will send somebody else to continue what she started, and we couldn't move the temple, but we want to keep it safe, and so I think just alerting some nearby peoples, I don't know if they would do anything about it, but again, just keeping an eye on the situation, More information is not a bad thing.
I think it's a great idea. Plus, they could also maybe move down here into this valley themselves and claim this as. And I look over at the McGees and I say, if the Yodis move back in here, we need to allow them to have their space here so that they feel safe here in this valley.
Well, I mean, this particular area is not really any interest to much of anybody, so I can't imagine why anyone would want to come in here and disturb their peace. And, I mean, the Yodis themselves, they like their secrets. They don't show themselves too often. I think this is the first time most of any of us have even seen one, other than, sitting around the campfire at night, drinking a little shine, and, just telling stories. For sure. This is definitely going to be one heck of a story, I'll tell you that.
And then Poppy checks that off her to-do list.
There you go. Other than that, once we get everything kind of packed up and on the way, is there anything else we need to do before we take off here?
Well, you guys might see Coughran sitting off by himself a little bit, kind of looking at the crumbled face of the mountain.
So we had a moment on the way up the mountain. We kind of, started a conversation, and given Poppy's hospitable nature, she's just gonna come sit next to you in companionable silence and let you talk if you want to talk, but she's not gonna pressure you to talk. But she will lay a gentle little hand on your little shoulder.
Oh, hey, Poppy.
Hello.
Everything ready in camp?
I believe so. I think the boys have finished up and we're gonna head back. I told the Yodis to keep an eye on this place, so I hope it'll be safe.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was thinking about that temple. Dwarves, we's always digging and delving, and as a people, it's control and order and shaping things. It's really important. It's in the dwarven nature. Elves, they blend with things, and I don't know, no offense, but halflings, you guys just seem to be everywhere, always around. But dwarves, we control things. We might take the natural elements, but then we make it ours, And that's the way I was thinking about that temple. Like, we needed to get in there and make it ours, figure out what it were. But them kobolds is already in there. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was just wondering, maybe it almost sounds terrible to say, but maybe a dwarven way ain't the best.
And I think that you know that to some level. I mean, there's a reason that you're here and not with the rest of your clan. You're different, and you think differently, and that's why they didn't accept you. And I don't think that changes you're not worth less because you cannot be controlled, and because your magic cannot be controlled. That doesn't make you less of a dwarf. I think that part of this journey that's affecting all of us, really, even if those frontier boys won't admit it, is learning that the frontier is a growing, living thing that has its own wants, dreams, and desires that we can't only make small impacts on. It's been here for millennia, and it will continue to be here for millennia after it.
There's a complete softness just comes over Makran's face as you're talking like that. I look at you for a long, long moment, and I ain't really talked about it much, but I ain't good at standing with the Black Hands as Anonymous things.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Oh. And then after a long pause, he tells Poppy the story of the gem crafting ceremony and the methods and the aftermath of that having to be delegated to side jobs and things, and dead-end corridors and such. So, this here's a chance for me to help reclaim status for my family. But I look at that temple over there and the way we approached it, and I just wonder, maybe this is more about partnerships and exploring than it is about discovery and dominating.
Believe me, I can understand that. And
What do you mean? Like, you're Poppy, like you're just...
Right. So the whole reason I'm here is because my father controls me too much, and I don't feel like any one person should have the power to tell any other person what they should or should not be, or what they should and should not do. And just like those Yodi people were being contained and controlled by Aldonza, that wasn't right, and then the people that were mining it, and it was just a whole thing. And it's not about controlling the thing. I mean, had my father just asked me, oh, hey, what do you think about Byron Sweetgum? Maybe I would have had a different opinion. He's still an awful person, but we could have had a conversation about it.
Byron's the boy you mentioned at dinner that one time.
Yes, so she's going to go ahead and kind of talking about this idea of controlling people and how that's just like the frontier. You can't control the frontier, you can't control these big things. At first, a lack of control can feel scary. It can feel disorienting, but I think...
Like a thunder wave out of control.
Yes, exactly. But then if you just understand that the greater universe will take care of itself, everything will work out in the end, you just let yourself over. It's very freeing to not be trying to control everything all the time. And I think I'm discovering that more and more every day. So I hope that you can find some freedom in letting that go as well.
I moved from being hunched over and my elbows on my knees and stuff, and the more Poppy talks, the more you see that I kind of straighten up and kind of roll the shoulders back a little bit, so that by the time the end of this conversation's happening, you can tell something's lifted off of him, a weight of things, and he gives you a good and nudges you in the shoulder one time.
And who knows, maybe we'll get to live to see the day that Nightmare returns, and the priestess will give us a tour of that temple, and will translate all that Draconian for us.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, from the wagon that has finished, they've gotten the poles all strapped down and everything's, pretty much ready to go. Cal, the half-orc ranch hand, just cups his hands over his mouth and says, "Hey, short legs! Get a move on! We'll get back to the farm before nightfall!"
That's kind of rude of him to call you that.
You get used to it. It's okay. And so I will mount up on Wildfire.
We're natural sprinters. I'll be right there.
So are we going to stay the night or is it a plan for us to stay the night at the McGee's?
The McGee's will have you if you want to stay, because by the time you get back to their farmhouse, night has truly fallen.
Because it is the same day that we walked into that temple.
Yes.
It's late in the afternoon, so it's going to be a couple of hours. We'll hit there by evening and have some dinner.
So they, as part of the thank you to you guys for saving them and saving some of their close friends, because, these were people who had been taken from these farms that are very far flung out. Think about, very rural parts of Oklahoma where, your next neighbor is some miles away and you still see them on occasion, but, you're not like super close. But you save them, you save their friends, so they will host you guys for dinner and they will put y'all up for the night in their guest room. So you guys have with warm food and a warm bed.
In case it comes up, I was looking more carefully at this spell. So when I cast Animal Messenger at 3rd level, he actually got 48 additional hours on top of the 24. So he actually has 3 days to find these Yodis.
Well, and the Yodis might just be on the other side of a.
Listen, I don't know. I want to be prepared.
Yeah. Right.
Just in case.
I still like that you sent a vulture after some coyotes.
It was the only bird that was around.
Is there a cultural faux pas there?
Fun fact, ancient Egyptians believed that vultures just out of thin air, and that's how they were born. That they were all females.
The more you know.
So, unless there's anything else we want to talk to the McGees about.
I would like to just check in with Sarah, right? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was hoping I remember that name.
Anthony and Samson are the lovely patriarchs of this family. Sarah is their adopted daughter.
And she's just a couple years younger than me, isn't she?
She's 24, so she's
actually a couple years older than me.
Yeah, she's a little bit older, so.
So yeah, I'm just gonna check in with her. You know, being in captivity can be hard. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Does everything work out?
Yeah, I'm fine. My family's fine, thanks to you and your friends. I mean, I can't complain too hard. She's stepped out onto that big, wide, porch veranda, and you see the 2 ranch hands, Sylvain and Cal, are out in the horse corral with Windrunner, actually, and they're checking over all the animals, getting them kind of bedded down for the night. And you just see,
Is she looking at them wistfully?
Yeah, she's kind of gazing over and just watching them. She's just hanging out in the cool night air.
I came from a situation wherein I was not going to be given the opportunity to pursue love as I desired. And I hope that, I know that your fathers don't feel that way. And that if you have feelings about somebody, you should let them know when you're ready. And just try to just have some nice, open, frank conversations. I'm not saying that anything needs to happen. I'm just saying that I notice that you're noticing people, and I've heard things, because some of your ranch hands, I hate to say, are a little bit of a gossip. And anyway, that's not why I came to check on you, but also I have a favor to ask.
Oh, what's that?
So, I said I came from a place wherein I didn't have the chance to choose love, and my father really needs me as a pawn, a poker chip he can cash in to continue his family.
Looks very confused.
I'm mixing metaphors. I'm sorry. My dad needs me to marry the son of another business owner because he does not have a son of his own.
She looks furious.
I know, right? Girl, let me tell you, that's why I ran away. So, point of the story is, he has a bruiser named Fergus who may or may not come looking, and if he doesn't go through the last stop, he may just stop here and try to get some horses sitting out the frontier and try to chase me, and I'm just going to describe Fergus and what he looks like. This is not a good man. I just hope that if you see him, you don't need to, try to stop him or anything, but if you could let Windrunner or Yazgash know, they will have information that they can pass along as well. I'm just trying to keep everybody safe and know that this is not a good man. Obviously, don't be mean to him, but don't fall for anything. Be suspicious of this man. He's not a good man.
She looks, just has this kind of absolute, fury on her face, and you kind of just hear her muttering under her breath, just, how in the world could a father do that?
Not all of us get to have 2 lovely fathers like yours.
Excuse me, there's some washing up that still needs to be taken care of.
Sure, let me give you a hand. So I'll just give her, I'll rage clean with her.
Yes, it's very much that whole kind of rage cleaning. And Sylvain, the tiefling, he had probably just gotten done with something and was coming into the house for a second. And he pokes his head in the back door and sees y'all in the kitchen and sees her rage cleaning. He's like, oh, I'll just shuts the door behind him.
Right. So the idea, of course, of that conversation is to just let them know, to be cool. And if he does change his ways, Riza will know about that. So, if you see him, just get word back to people who have
the power to make a difference.
Who have better resources. That's not your job.
Daddy's got a shotgun.
I know.
We can take care of it.
I'm aware. But that Listen, there's a whole hierarchy. I don't want any problems to befall your family. Fergus is not the one and only of his kind. But yeah, so. And she checks that off of her to-do list as well.
Meanwhile, I want to see if I can find Anthony or Samuel.
Samson.
Yeah,
Actually, that's what I wrote down.
after dinner, they're both kind of keeping an eye out on the frontier and enjoying a good pipe.
I was wondering about that. I joined them out on the patio, and I say, guys, I don't know if we told you exactly what it is we're supposed to be doing out here, but we're supposed to be exploring the Caliban frontier. And I know as you guys down in this area probably have seen more out there than most people. I was wondering if you had any thoughts on where we should even start.
Anthony kind of, he leans back, and it's one of those, like, handmade rocking chairs that he's sitting in. And now, Mr. Gideon, you're asking to do the impossible.
I understand that.
Let me tell you, you're not the first party to come through these parts trying to map out the frontier and, well, where do we start? What's the best place to start looking? There really isn't. And it's not because it hasn't been mapped. It's because she's always changing. And he looks out to the frontier, and as the sun has set and it lights up the night sky in that absolutely gorgeous prairie sundown. Even if you go out there, see some things, make your maps, the desert will eventually change on you. She's a harsh mistress and a fickle one. Those of us who live here, we understand that. I wish you luck on your project, but I don't think there's much that I can say that's going to help you, because we just mostly keep to our place here, and we take just enough that we need to take care of our animals and take care of our family.
Hey everyone, it's Brooke. Pardon the pause in the action, but we at Red Dirt D&D are just so thankful for all of you who help keep this train rolling into the Caliban frontier. Please consider joining us as a Patreon member of Red Dirt D&D. Even if it's just $5 a month, it'll help us continue with the great sound effects, commission theme music for some other characters. It gives bonus content like the behind-the-scenes roundtable. And of course, other levels give you access to the Discord server, some great swag, and much, much more. Thank you to our special friends Nightmare and Germbot and Dan Demented, Tina, Carla, and others who've joined us at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. And everybody, please remember to post that review of Red Dirt D&D to your favorite podcast feed and share us with your friends and all over social media. We couldn't do this without you, and we thank you so much. Now, let's get back to our story.
Well, I thank you for talking to me and, of course, selling us the use of your horses.
Of course.
I'm amazed at what you guys are able to do out here in the wilderness and to be on the edge here. Y'all are mighty brave. That's all I got to say for you and then your husband, for Sarah, and for your hands. You're just awfully brave in my mind.
Ain't nothing too much brave about it. We're just simple men making our way in the world, like our fathers before us.
Thank you for your time, and I head into the house and get settled in.
I want to go take a look around outside, out back, by the barn, whatever, and find wherever the ideal place would be to start skinning Aldonza and see what the progress on getting her mane for Poppy's cloak is going.
Well, actually, yeah, you kind of see, not near the barn, but kind of to the other side of the house, away from the horses, so that way they don't smell the process. You do see a pair of orcs who have set up a little camp there where they have, in very efficient order, have taken this lion hide from Aldonza and have, with traditional orcish methods, tanned it, and they're just kind of sitting there, laying there relaxing as they see you approach, and one of them just tilts his chin up to point at a wrapped bundle. It's all there for you.
You sure you don't want anything for this?
No. It is a debt we consider paid.
What are you going to do with the rest of this vile beast?
Burn it.
You burn it far away from here.
That is the plan.
I will tuck the package under my arm and mosey back to the house, looking for Poppy.
I'm rage cleaning.
I will see what she's doing and just turn right back around and go find Mac. See if he's up for a round of poker.
You might see him kind of over on the cellar side of the house, sitting there on the earthen ground, and you probably get close enough to see that he has like a small yellow stone in his hand, and he's obviously meditating, or there's something, sorcery going on there, just in his own thoughts.
I'll tap his leg with my boot really hard.
Hey, Zonos.
Hey, if you're doing something important, I can leave you alone.
No, I'm just trying to figure out some things. I'm just trying to, it's weird. Trying to make connections, open up some new things.
Tucks the stone into his vest pocket.
I'll reach into my coat pocket and pull out a deck of cards and raise a magnificent eyebrow.
Big smile.
Oh, hey, yeah, that'd be great. I love playing. This is awesome. You think we could get Samson or Anthony or Gideon to play? Or just us?
Oh, my. Yeah, let's see if we can find out Gideon.
Okay, get up, brush myself off.
All right. See if your winning streak keeps rolling when we throw in that element.
I don't feel bad that you don't win very often.
It's kind of like you were sitting here thinking and meditating on that rock. Why do you think I keep playing if I keep losing?
Well, I'd say stubborn, but you figure out problems pretty quick. So, my second thing would be that you are just trying to make me feel better. And I think, well, what would Zonimus do? And that's, probably not it. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe it's just beginner's luck.
Well, I have no answer. I was hoping you did.
Oh, you think? No, probably not. I hope my sorcery is not, messing with the fate of the cards and stuff. Hope that's not it. I'm not doing it on purpose if it is.
Can't you control that?
That's an interesting question.
I take a deep breath and I'm like,
I was kind of talking about this with Poppy earlier, but see, there was this time in which I thought something big was going to happen, and
then he goes ahead and tells Zonimus the gem crafting story and the methods and the poof and the out of control sorcery and all that.
That's why I was meditating there. I was trying to, the more I can control it, the less maybe chaos I'll be coming.
Do you think that it's because you've got too much rumbling around inside of you to get that sharp focus that you need to control this?
I think it's more like whenever Poppy opens that wine skin, that water skin, and just comes pouring out like that. I think I just need to figure out how to control the flow a little bit, control the water gate. I'm working on it. It's been pretty good. At least I didn't thunderwave you like Poppy did.
Yet.
Well, okay, that's true.
I'll reach in and pull my flask out and hand it to him. Why don't you take a few tugs on this and see if that helps you maintain any kind of control or keep that cork on that bottle and go find Gideon.
I take it and then pause.
It's not Shiny Moon, is it?
No. It's worse.
Okay.
Is it Shiny Moon?
It's whiskey.
Okay. Oh, what? Oh, that's pretty good. There you go.
Somewhere off in the distance.
You hold on to that for a while.
Sits up, punches, nose twitching, whiskey.
Why don't you hold on to that till morning?
Okay.
Tuck it into my other vest pocket.
So you just kind of go. You don't, like I always see you holding rocks or meditating or in deep thought. I never see you with a book.
Yeah, that'd be wizarding. And wizards, study their spells, have power words and they connect with, the way the universe is put together in a weave. Mm-hmm. And sorcery is more it's not like breathing, because everybody can breathe. It's more, you ever see some people, I know they got to work at it, but you ever see some people, they just really good at drawing?
Yeah.
And, of course, the more they draw, the better they get at it. I don't know.
Tattoo.
I think it's kind of like that. Like some people, they just don't have the gift of drawing unless they really, really, really work at it. Other people, it just flows out of them, and the more they work at it, the beautiful things they can create. It seems like sorcery is kind of like that. Somehow I have a connection with the earth and this power, and it just comes up through me and also out of me at the same time. And I think the more I practice with it, the more I'll be able to shape it.
So when someone's wizarding, they have to really want to do it and really think about it and really get ready. But what you're doing, you just want it and it happens.
Yeah, and then I'd have to figure out how to craft it in different ways. That's kind of what I was doing right there. I think we need to be able to know how to communicate next time with folks, and I'm trying to figure out, is there a way that I can unlock that so we can use the magic to understand each other? I don't know. I'm working on it. If it can blow stuff up and grab people out of the ground, then surely it can, find some way to touch a brain and we can hear each other. I don't know.
That's all very interesting. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to help you control that flow without just putting a cork in it and stopping it all together.
I tried that for a little while. That was not a good idea.
Yeah, I feel like coming out here, though, out the great wide open, might be a great place to try a few things, maybe see what works for you. Maybe containing it isn't the thing that you need to do. Maybe you just need to let it all go.
It'd be nice to understand and discover my own arcane gifts.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go see if Poppy's calmed down a little bit. I'm going to hand you the deck of cards. Why don't you take these and go find Gideon and just put this behind you, focus on the game, and see how well you do against Gideon, and I'll slap you on the shoulder and may or may not accidentally cast guidance.
It is like you've given me the most precious gemstone as you hand over your deck of cards. I'm like, okay, and both hands close to the chest. Okay.
I'm going to turn and walk along the side of the house, and when I get to the corner, I'm going to stop and look down at this package, and I'm going to pat a pocket, and I'm going to pat another pocket, and I'm going to realize I'm completely defenseless right now. My whiskey's gone. My card's gone.
And you also hear a little chuckling down by your knee.
Oh.
Yeah, we forgot about him.
I did not forget about him.
Do you have any kobold blood on your boots? I'm just wondering.
What a softie. I just thought your skin was soft, but apparently the rest of you is too.
Lightly kick him with the side of my boot. What do you want?
Oh, you guys just, disappeared for like 2 days.
Yeah, you were better off not being where we were.
Oh, really?
Really.
And where were you?
We were in a hole in the ground that belonged to a big, vile, evil dragon that would have eat you up in a heartbeat.
Wait, dragon?
Yeah.
Which one?
The meanest one. The ugliest one.
Well, that only rules out like 3 of them.
It was a nightmare.
You mean to tell me that you waltzed into the ancient and completely lost Temple of Nightmare, and you didn't think to bring the kobold?
Like I owned the place. It's okay, though.
You hear some sounds in Draconic that you assume are very, very rude.
Calm down. I'm fine. We're all fine. Thank you for worrying. It's real sweet of you, softy. I'll pump him again with my boot.
You don't understand. You don't know how long that place has been lost, man.
We found out pretty quick.
Yeah. Nightmare. The Terrible Black.
Nightmare.
One of the Great 9.
Yeah, he didn't look so good.
Well, yeah. That's because he fought the Mind Eater.
Right, Mind Eater. So you've been there?
Well, I haven't been
Oh, wait, right, because it's been lost forever, and you don't know where it is. Yeah, that checks out, though.
I told you, I'm a kobold.
I know.
This is kind of our thing, like, trading information about, the ancient dragons who used to rule the Calaban frontier.
Yep. We got some information from some kobolds.
Oh, good, great. You made contact with another clan that no one's talked to in like 10,000 years.
No one probably will talk to many of them for a long time.
You murdered them, didn't you?
I murdered them back.
Typical soft skin.
Only one survived. The smart one. The one that turned and ran like a softie.
Shh.
Hey, I told you when we head out to the frontier, you meet me in the stables. I'll take you with us. There, I will show you everything that I see. I didn't know we were going to come up on this temple, or I'd have had you come along. I actually kind of wished you were there. Kinda.
And you didn't think to send word to me while I'm waiting here at the horse farm? I mean, yeah, the barn was cool and nice, and like the hay was really, really soft. But the Temple of Nightmare!
Do you have a magic rock that I can rub that will get your attention no matter how far away I am?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then no, I didn't think to send you word.
I'm gonna go pout.
Hey, right inside that back door, there's a cupboard. I set my plate on the bottom shelf.
Connor looks at you very, very suspiciously.
And how do you expect me to get in there?
I don't know. I'm the softy that left the food. You're the kobold that figures out how to get in.
Ugh. Fine.
He just scampers off into the twilight.
Glad he's around. So, yeah, I'm going to walk in the back door I just sent him to.
He waits for you to, like, actually, like, open up the door, and then, like, you just feel this little skitter next to you.
And as I'm shutting, I'm going to go, oh, how about that?
By this time, Sarah has worked out her rage cleaning.
So Sarah gave me a spare apron, but we took the bottom and just pinned it to the to the top.
There's a chair pulled up to the sink, so that way, you know, she'll wash because she can reach down into the sink and you can dry.
Yeah.
So
Kitchen door busts open. Hey, I got some of Zonomus's cards. You guys want to play a game?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, have you seen Gideon?
I believe he was on the porch, the front porch.
Oh, okay. And start to take a step and then see how clean the kitchen is, and I actually notice it, and then like back up and close the door, and then go around to the front porch.
Good man.
Oh, meanwhile, I was going to head back in.
So Mocker makes his way around just as you're going back in.
We all end up in the same room.
Hey,
It's a farce. There's 7 doors, and 4 of them have us.
It's like those scenes in Scooby-Doo where it's just one long hallway with all the doors and they...
Keep crossing back and forth.
It's a big farmhouse.
But before I do, I actually see Macron come around the corner, and I say, Macron, I haven't seen you around much this evening. What's going on?
Oh, I was just doing some communing stuff with, well, you understand, you talk to Dogga.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, I just kind of something similar, not to sound all weird and stuff, but I was talking to the earth.
All right.
As one does.
But, hey, look, and I opened, like, as if there was, you know, like a little hen or a chicken or some prize inside my cupped hands. I kind of opened them up, and I'm like, look, Zonomus gave me his cards.
Did you steal Zonomus's cards?
Kidding? No way. He gave them to me. He said that you and I could play a game, and he's been teaching me poker. It's been fun. So you want to play?
Well, we could go over to the dining table and play us a game of poker if you're up for it.
Very
Sure.
good. Anthony and Samsey, you guys want to play too?
we won't say no, especially out here on the frontier. It's always nice to sit down and play with some new faces.
Cool.
I warn you, Samson's a terrible cheat.
Okay. I warn you guys, I'm pretty good. Like, has been winning every time when I play with Zonomus. I kind of feel bad how badly it is sometimes.
Oh, no.
I'll look over at Anthony and Samson. I say, well, now. I'm sure that winning streak will keep up for you, Macron.
Because Gideon knows that Macron is a terrible liar.
And I know how Zonomus plays.
Yeah, so the 4 of you, you know, sit down. They have like that big, you know, classic,
Very
farm
clean
table. Yes.
It seems cleaner in here than usual.
Sarah walks by just mumbling to herself.
Yeah. Anthony just gives a nod, and she's like, yeah, you know, Sarah, when she gets in, she sometimes gets in a mood, and we come home and everything's real spick and span, so we know that, you know, we just need to be a little more conscientious, but it's fine. She'll go to bed, she'll sleep it off. I don't know what bee has gotten into her bonnet tonight, but it's fine. So Gideon and Macron, you two will give me some D20 rolls, and I will roll for...
Your guidance still sticking around.
Yes, guidance. Yay!
Give me that D4 roll, Macron.
Die 4?
Yep.
Okay. A 1.
1.
Super helpful.
What are we
modified
rolling? Are we adding to any of this?
If you have proficiency with playing cards, then I will allow you to add your proficiency bonus.
I do not.
I do. I should have played.
You should have been playing.
What?
I got an 18.
Got it, 18?
Oh, yeah, I would have played like bridge and like ladies' games.
The die 20 modified 8.
8. Okay. So this hand does go to Gideon because Anthony and Samson rolled a 9 and a 17.
Ah.
So
Low hand.
low, yeah. They just kind of look over. It's like it's all right. You know, just get the first one out. Get the first one out.
Probably weren't shuffled quite right.
Deal again.
Another one?
Yeah, go again.
I'm 14 on that one.
Modified 13.
13. Okay.
What are you modifying with? Do you have play cards?
Guidance.
We only get it once.
Oh, it's just one time.
Yeah.
That's right. Just the one
First
time.
hand.
Sorry
A
about
different
that.
game. Yeah.
And what did you get, Gideon?
14.
14? Okay. Well, it's apparently your night. You win the hand again.
I figured as much.
Poppy, you got a minute?
Of course.
I want to motion towards the door where the sound's coming from.
What sound? The sound of them playing?
Mm-hmm.
We're in the same room. I was in the kitchen.
You're in the
Well,
kitchen and the dining
there's the
room.
kitchen, like they have the kitchen in the back, and then like the main room of the house is where they actually have like their dining table. Yeah, like Sarah's she's headed out the back door and has gone off.
Maybe to make professions of love.
Maybe to make professions of love or to suck some face. Who knows?
Kick
Yeah.
some dirt. It's fine.
Yeah, let's step in there, and when I come in, I want to be quiet and watch the next round.
Okay.
Hold on. Is he hustling you? Gideon's hustling you, isn't he? Don't let him get you.
The last one was really close.
All right.
Like, he just barely beat me.
Just remember just remember what I taught you.
Oh no.
Wait a minute. You taught him how to play?
He's undefeated.
I pushed all my coins in.
Chaos.
All right. Well, let's see how this hand goes.
Oh no, that's not my. Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, you both.
I got a 9.
9. Okay.
Was on a 19 and rolled to a 9.
No. Well, so the two of you actually tie this hand.
Oh, so we split the pot.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
I rolled
Two
to see
pair
what
each, that's
I
pretty
would have
good.
gotten a 13. I would have won. I'm not playing. Rager and Shell.
All right. So, as a sign of gratitude, Poppy, you have received a gift, a package here. Pretty sure.
The postman came way out here.
Well, not necessarily the postman. Just
I say we haven't even sent Windrunner back to the last stop yet. He's the one who runs out anything.
well, you'll understand when you see it. I'll hand you the wrapped package. I'll look over at Gideon and
To
wink.
open it with I guess they probably would have just wrapped it in kind of anyway. Very carefully, very slowly.
Thinking way too hard about
Well, I was like, because we're
The
right here
methods
next
that
to.
orcs use to wrap their
This
gifts.
is really nice. I want to save this and reuse it later.
No, I was just.
I was just, I want you to go through it like an 8-year-old Christmas morning.
Those people who unstick the tape, but then I thought, or they probably didn't have tape.
It's like
nice string bow.
it's some twine.
I thought I very carefully untie the bow, set the string off to the side.
Roll it up and set it down.
And I might use that later. It might be a spell component. I might need that. I might need some string.
Anybody got the alarm spell?
Yes. And I unwrap it.
And it is.
I don't know.
What unfurls out? And basically, it was kind of like wrapped up in itself, but like
yeah.
it was, inside out, so you couldn't quite see it. But you roll out, sized perfectly for you, so that way you don't trip over it.
They measured me with their eyes.
They're a good judge of like, okay, she's like this many hands tall. But
Spatial awareness.
yeah, so they sized perfectly to you, utilizing the lion skin portion of the lamia with some additional fur trimmings kind of around the neck ruff is a orcish style cloak.
Well, douse my forge. Look at that.
And it does have also kind of tanned into the leather and like painted onto it are orcish symbols of triumph.
Yes, Cash is gonna love this.
That's what you said you wanted, right?
I just mentioned that Heracles had one. That's what I
heard you loud and clear.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never ask for a gift. Ladies do not ask for gifts. But I do put it on and do like a couple of like poses.
Well, I'm glad you like this random gift that showed up out of nowhere.
Thank you. And I give you a little kiss on the cheek and a hug.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Mockery, give me my flask.
Mechanically, it's just pretty, right?
Just pretty.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There you go.
Okay, one more round, then we got to go to bed.
All right.
One more round of what?
Well, you want to come in and on this poker game?
Poppy, sit down.
It's
I
poker.
I do not know how to play this man's game, but I'll try.
Oh, it's just real simple.
All right, so here's what you do.
Don't tell the girl, just deal her in.
I didn't draft my dice, Logan.
Samson, you didn't bet the farm, did you?
I got a 17.
On a natural 20, rolled to an 8.
I got an 18.
An 18.
Rolled 15. I got proficiency.
What?
I just lay my cards down. Huh. Not my night tonight.
But did you really lose? We'll never know.
We'll never know. Well, all right, Poppy. It seems that you take the last hand of the night.
Oh my, isn't that just so interesting?
Well, Tip turns out the druid's a shark.
I will scoop up my cards and go to the guest room.
Yeah, let's settle in for bed, and we got an early start tomorrow to head back to the last stop.
I snuggle with Wildfire outside.
Yeah, you all head to your assigned guest quarters. Quietly in the kitchen, you might hear a bit of a scraping and a...
Tell him to come home.
Are you gonna snuggle with Connor with a cat?
No.
Like a little cat.
Snuggle with me.
Yes, and then eventually you just feel this little form like on the end of your bed, just curled up.
Yeah. You have the foot of the bed. I'll keep my boots on.
Yeah. But yes, so as the long events of the day finally come to a close, you all have a nice quiet evening with the McGee family. What you'll wake up to, that's another story.
Red Dirt D&D, Tales from the Caliban Frontier, is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Macron Stoneshaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, and I'm Michael Cross as Gideon Block. Our sound producer is Mark Coughran. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word out about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D and share us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and reddirtdnd.com. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban Frontier.